Coronation Street star Christopher Harper has spoken out about the ordeal that child sex abuse victims face when reliving their ordeal during the criminal justice system, and, via the charity Barnardo's, he has called for more support to be given. The actor is currently heavily involved in a child sexual exploitation storyline in the soap, which has seen his deplorable character Nathan Curtis groom teenager Bethany Platt and other young girls into a sex ring. Recent scenes have seen Bethany bravely speak out against her abuser, which is resulting in trial scenes at the start of October. Discussing the need for victims to be supported properly throughout the process of bringing sex abusers to justice, Chris said, "For young victims of child sexual abuse and exploitation, achieving justice can mean having to relive their ordeal. Just like Bethany, real-life victims face going over their abuse time and time again, which can be extremely distressing and lead to them becoming re-traumatized. We've seen how difficult it has been for Bethany to summon up the courage to report Nathan to the police, and now she faces cross-examination in court. It's a terrifying prospect for her. It's vital that victims and survivors get one-to-one support right the way through their case to help them understand the daunting process and cope with the strain that achieving justice can put on them." Barnardo's Journey to Justice report saw the charity speak to victims of CSE and found that aggressive cross-examination in police interview and during trial can make them feel like they are not believed. Victims also explained that they found the justice system confusing and that they felt excluded from all of the decision-making in their case. In the wake of the report highlighting a lack of support, the charity is calling for more to be done. Javed Khan, chief executive of Barnardo's, said, "The criminal justice process is confusing and daunting at the best of times, let alone for a child who's experienced sexual abuse or exploitation. At Barnardo's we've been supporting victims of child sexual exploitation for more than 20 years, so we know how important it is for young people to be believed. Having to tell your story over and over again means having to relive the trauma, and repeated questioning can mean that children feel like they are to blame for their own abuse. This can be hugely distressing for a child who has already been through so much. Achieving justice should not mean that children are left traumatized and distressed by the process, and having an independent one-to-one practitioner who will believe them and support them through the whole process is vital." Coronation Street have previously assured fans that Bethany would be shown to get justice, meaning that a departure for Christopher's character Nathan is inevitable. But that's not to say that the show won't represent the difficulty that Bethany faces in bravely taking the stand. Despite some complaints from fans, the telling of the important story has been praised by many Coronation Street viewers, critics, charities and experts, and it is hoped that awareness has been raised around the prevalent issue of CSE.